Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about digital illustration, covering topics such as graphic design and vector artwork. I'm talking posters, logos, websites, and so much more. I'm going to be jumping into a quick tutorial on how you can get started today with your very own designs. Are you interested? Let's jump into it. So artists who are trained in things like composition, color theory, and typography are able to create eye-catching and stunning designs that are pretty much used everywhere. People like you and me interact with this kind of stuff 100, maybe even 1,000 times a day. Ever opened a bag of chips? That design, that image on the front of the bag was created by a graphic designer. How about the billboard down the street? That's graphic design! Typically, designers work in programs like Adobe Illustrator, where they're able to manipulate something called vectors. Vector graphics allow us to create high-quality images with clean lines and shapes that can be scaled to any size. Unlike raster-based images, they won't pixelate or lose quality if you enlarge them. And that type of flexibility can be a major advantage for professionals who are working in print or need to be able to change the sizes of their artwork. Artists like Saul Bass, Massimo Vignelli, and Paula Scher, just to name a few, use vector graphics and other media all the time when creating different products and designs. I'm going to show you a very simple way to get started with your own designs using a program called Google Drawing. Unlike other programs like Adobe Illustrator, Google Drawing is a free web-based program with user-friendly tools and layout, so it's perfect for beginners. If you're new to the world of vector graphics, here's two terms you should familiarize yourself with: anchor points and paths, both of which are sort of like ingredients for creating vectors. To get started, I'll use the polyline tool located right here. Start by using the mouse or trackpad to click anywhere onto the artboard or workspace. The point that we just created that's sort of anchoring my mouse is referred to as an anchor point. We can continue to click different areas and create multiple anchor points across our artboard. One thing you'll notice is that each one is connected by a thin line. This is referred to as a path. By connecting the final anchor point back to the original or first anchor point, you'll be able to create something called an enclosed path, otherwise known as a shape. If you'd like to change the shape in any way, switch to your selection tool, double-click the shape, and drag your anchor points to make any necessary adjustments. In Google Drawing, there are three main tools that offer a lot of flexibility when trying to create custom shapes or tracing different images. These pen tool options are known as Curve, Polyline, and Scribble and can be located right here. Each has their own advantages and disadvantages, and all three can be used exclusively or together depending on what style of art or type of design you're trying to create. The Polyline tool is great for beginners and probably one of the easiest to work with. Simply click in different areas to create a series of anchor points and straight paths. This is a great tool to use if you're interested in poly art or want your designs to have geometric qualities. Unlike the Polyline tool, the Curve tool allows us to create shapes with rounded edges. Each time you click to create an anchor point, your path will bend. The great thing about this tool is you'll still be able to double-click the shape, use the selection tool, and adjust any of the anchor points, just like the Polyline. If you're interested in a more painterly or hand-drawn approach, then the Scribble tool is going to be the one you'll want to check out. Click and drag the mouse just about anywhere to create a continuous path. When the mouse is released, Google Drawing will slightly autocorrect the drawing to clean it up a bit. Unfortunately, with this tool, you're not able to adjust any anchor points or even fill in the path with a certain color. This is more of a tool for sketching and creating contour designs. So at this point, you might be thinking, okay, how do I add color and how do I get started putting all of this together? When it's time to add color, make adjustments to either the fill or stroke of the shape. The fill refers to the space within the shape, and the stroke refers to the outline or border. Simply click the shape using the selection tool and look for one of these drop-down menus right here. For the stroke, you can change either the color, line weight, making it thicker or thinner, and the line pattern. For a more modern looking design, select transparent to remove the outline completely. When filling in shapes, you can either apply a solid or gradient fill. Gradient effects allow us to blend two or more colors together, just like this. You can also customize this even further by choosing between the type of blend and the angle of the effect. And when working with solid fills, although there are many color presets available, I always recommend creating your own custom colors. Click on Custom, then drag the selector around with your mouse or type in a hex code for an exact match. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how to take a rastered image or just a JPEG image and transform it into a vectorized work of art. As we go through this together, I'll share a few tips and strategies that'll help you along with the process. First, I'm going to customize my artboard and increase my amount of workspace. This is completely optional, but I always like to have a little bit more room when I'm working. Next, I'll click the Insert tab to place my photo on the left-hand side of my screen. Now, no matter what you're working with, it's always a good idea to start with the background first. Just imagine your image is broken down into layers that are all overlapping each other. So I'll start with the background and trace a large rectangle that represents the sky. I'll go ahead and move that over to the right side of my screen. Since the sky in this image kind of fades from dark blue to light blue, I'll apply a custom gradient. Next, I'll move on to the middle ground. I'll use the curve tool to capture some of the different values shown in the grass. I definitely recommend zooming in, especially when you're trying to get into a lot of details. Hold down the Control and Alt keys as well as the plus or minus on your keyboard to zoom in or out. If you want to make changes to more than one shape at a time, you can multi-select them by holding down your Shift key and clicking on each one. And here's a quick hack that'll save you some time. Use your mouse to drag and select all the objects. Then hold Shift to deselect your background image. While all your shapes are selected, you can also group them. So when you go to click on one, all of them will automatically select. Just right-click and select Group. At any point, if you need to reorder the layers in any kind of way, you can right-click on the shape and select Order. Or just hold down Control and use the up and down keys to bring it to the front or send it to the back. Alright everyone, so here is the finished design. I could add text and turn this into a logo or use it for pretty much anything. When you consider graphic design and how expansive it is, the possibilities for what you could do are endless. Once you've got an idea in your head, go ahead and give it a shot. Open up Google Drawing, play around with the tools, and just remember that practice makes perfect. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and like it, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I'll catch you next time.